hold on. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerds Podcast. You got Chris and Chris.
What's up?
It's your boys.
It's the boys.
The boys are back in town.
Yes, we are.
1 moment. I'm trying to log into something, so I wrote a review.
You said log.
What?
You said log.
Yeah, like a dump log.
You said log.
Jeez. Anyways, so I want to start with my game that I've been playing since Saturday. So I pre-ordered a game back in December or November. I can't remember. Whenever they first went on pre-order. And I pre-ordered.
What's the game?
It's called Homeworld 3. Made by who's it made by now? It's not made by the people I remember because they went out of business a long time ago. Blackbird Entertainment and published by Gearbox because Gearbox bought the rights. I forget what year Gearbox bought the rights, but it's been a long time. So Homeworld is a classic RTS. When I say classic, the first game came out in 1999 and won Game of the Year in 1999. If that tells you anything about like the stock in this game. Then they had another game came out. It was called Homeworld Cataclysm. That was a really good game. It was made by Naughty Dog.
Okay, I remember Naughty Dog.
I think Naughty Dog. It was. I forget exactly who made the game, but I'm pretty sure it was Naughty Dog. Then the third game came out, which is Homeworld 2. But it was this Homeworld Cataclysm was like a side story. So you got the two main games that are like the main story of the game, and then the Homeworld Cataclysm is like a side story. So basically, the game starts off, you're on a dying planet, and you found something in the desert called a hyperspace core. Basically, grants you hyperspace travel, or it lets you travel space. What you don't know is you finding that core kind of breaks an ancient treaty in the first game. And so the people you sign the treaty with come and basically nuke your planet into oblivion while you're out like training, because you jump off and you do training and shakedown of the ship, and then you come back and your world is blown up, because you were used to be an ancient empire that got defeated, and they kind of marooned all the survivors on this planet, Carrick, and they got murdered. So basically, the first game is you're kind of fighting back and trying to like avenge yourself. This Homeworld 2, you've reestablished yourself as an empire, but there's another empire and you got to fight the empire basically, and you find out there's some ancient technology that's like going to change the course. Basically, think I'm trying to think of something that you might know. Think of like ancient technology that far more advanced of what we got, and everybody's trying to race to get it so they can control it. Think Halo or Stargate. I know you haven't.
Stargate.
Yeah, think Stargate, and it's
I saw that movie. That's a good movie.
You should watch the shows. The shows are really good. SG-1's amazing. Atlantis is amazing. Universe you can skip. Universe came out, so I'll tell that later. I'll tell that after this. So in Homeworld Cataclysm, it's a side story of you're trying to fight. It was basically to jump on the zombie craze, because you're fighting like a virus or fungus that takes control of the ships and it's like trying to infect everything.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you're fighting that. It's a fun. It's honestly really fun. They did it when Gearbox bought the game. They remastered Homeworld 1 and 2, and then re-released them, remastered. Amazing work on the remasters. It was kind of to gauge the interest in maybe a third game or another game.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they remastered it. It sold like hotcake. I think from what I remember reading, it outsold the original games with how popular it was. And then they wanted to redo Homeworld Cataclysm, but the company that made it, I know it wasn't Naughty Dog, because Naughty Dog's still around. They make like Last of Us and some other things, but it was another company, It was something dog. That's why I think Naughty Dog every time I think of them. But they shut down and they lost the original code, so they cannot remake that game without. They cannot remaster that game without completely remaking the game. They lost the original code, so there's nothing they can do about it.
Oh, that's devastating.
Yeah, and people, there's fans that have tried, but it's like making an entire game from scratch at that point.
Right.
And I honestly think Cataclysm of the three original games is the best. Then after the remaster, they made a prequel called Deserts of Karak. It's about basically after they get marooned on the planet and before they find the hyperspace core. It's a prequel, and that sold pretty well. I didn't like that game because it's what makes Homeworld special is it's in space. Think of the 3D of space. That's what you're fighting in. It's like, other RTSs, you're on the ground. Elevation, yeah, you're on a hill or mountain. It kind of counts. But in this, there's all three dimensions of space you got to worry about, and it's a lot of fun. It's a original take on an RTS, and it's amazing. So in the new game, I'm not going to spoil any of the story, but they really cap. I've played 20. The game came out for pre. If you pre-ordered, you got it early, and I started playing on Saturday. And when I say they recaptured the scope, the everything, they recaptured everything from the original games, and I love it. I put over 20 hours into it already, and that's saying something, for me, who doesn't have a lot of time right anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So one thing that they are always known for is an amazing score. Like when you think space opera, you think like Star Wars, right? Or uh Space Odyssey. You can put this in the same scope as those two with how great the score is. In the pre-order bundle I got the soundtrack, and I'm not disappointed in the soundtrack. Think Kimberly, I'm not a musician. I'm going to say that right now, as probably Kimberly could explain it all a lot better than me, but think a lot of like drums, and it's like when the music needs to pick up, it hits you. Like if you don't have the music on, oh, you're missing out.
Okay.
But the biggest thing in this game that they've added is they added like a cover system, which is like interesting in a space game having cover, but it's like you hide behind asteroids and debris to sneak your ships up on enemies, which is really fun and interesting take on everything.
So it's a space game.
It's a space real-time strategy.
So is it like that Star Trek Enterprise game on the iPhone where you're gotta have shields up and you gotta mine?
No, you have your mothership, which is like your command ship, and you build and research from it. So you build like a fleet and fight other fleets and other ships.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I like it. It's a really good RTS is a really niche. RTS used to be one of the top gaming genres, but it really took a dive.
Yeah, because you had like Sim City and you had Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That's not RTS. That's Sims.
No, it's not. It's real time because you build your park. You can't do it all in one day.
Yeah, but you're not using armies to fight each other. It's not a strategy game. It's a sim.
It's still strategy. You got to budget your thing. How much you want to charge people? You got to put food in. You got to budget for your.
It's a sim. You know what I'm saying? That's its own game genre. It's called a simulator.
You got to budget for your cleanup crew to clean up the vomit from the people throwing up on the roller coasters. Whatever.
I didn't know. I just looked while I was sitting here. So I looked up at Steam, Steam is where you buy is like your Xbox store, your PlayStation store. I didn't realize this, and I'm kind of sad, but it's got mixed reviews right now on Steam. And I'm kind of reading some of the reviews, and yeah, that's stuff I've had issues with, but it's not like, I don't know. It's
People are the worst nowadays when it comes to reviewing stuff. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Don't get me
They
wrong. I
they
do
really are.
understand some of the issues these people have. Like, there's a lot of unnecessary cutscenes, and yes, I agree, unnecessary cutscenes. But that's not. I don't know. That's
It's like when you play Red Dead, right? And you know you're going to die of tuberculosis, right?
yeah,
So, like, why do you have to die of tuberculosis? Can't you just continue living and robbing and killing people? Why you gotta go into another character? But it's
because that's
still
the guy from the original game.
right. But it's still a freaking awesome game. I'm not going to complain
Yeah.
that you die of tuberculosis.
Well, and the problem with Steam is it's either you give it a positive or a negative review. It's not like on a 5 or 10 point scale. On a 10 point scale, I'd give the game an 8. It has its issues, but I'm willing to look past those issues
Right.
for the fun I've been having.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, not every game is perfect. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Not
like
every movie is perfect. Not everything. Nothing's perfect.
I don't like the games, where they have the scenes in between the levels, like you got to watch them like a scene. I think sometimes they take too long. But if
Yeah,
the gameplay is that much more fun, I'm thinking Red Dead again. Then who
yeah.
cares? I'm still going to give it. Oh my god! And I do. I love that game. I'm playing it a second time. It's that good.
Oh yeah, Red Dead's amazing. I totally I forget what game it was, but there was a game where there was too much cutscenes. That's what you're talking about, the cutscene,
Right.
the videos in between, gameplay. There are games where it goes too far one way, where it's basically a movie,
Yes.
and I don't unless the story is superb, then I'm okay with it. But the story and the gameplay has to be perfect for me to be okay with that movie. Um, and I don't know. I don't. There's games out there that are a perfect mix, like Witcher. Witcher 3 is a perfect mix of cutscenes and gameplay. There's more gameplay than cutscenes, but there are a lot of cutscenes. And then I'll find a game. Give me a second. I know I'll find it with too many cutscenes. Um, Kingdom Hearts. I wanted to love Kingdom Hearts. Too many cutscenes. Final Fantasy games, too many cutscenes. On this, they say Red Dead Redemption, but I think Red Dead's cutscenes are really good.
I think they are too. I've since you've played the game before, you really don't need to watch them.
Yeah, the first time through, it's really good because the story's really good and the gameplay
Right.
makes up for it. Do I agree? There's too many cutscenes. Yeah, they could cut it back a little bit, but at the same time,
I'm not. That's not going to make me.
that's not gonna
That's
make me
not going to
quit the
make me
game.
give a negative comment about the game.
Yeah, if I'm writing a review, that would be in my negative section, but I'm not. It's not gonna make me hate the game. Anyway, so I say get the game. Don't buy the expensive version like I did. I only did it because I love the game series. I own every game in the series. I wish I still had the discs for the original game, but I don't.
I remember the first game I played that had cutscenes was Abe's Oddworld. Did you ever play Oddworld?
No,
Really, you never played or Earthworm? Was it Abe's Oddworld? Or was it Earthworm Jim? I think it
Earthworm
was
were that one, Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim had them, but Oddworld did too. And it was like you walked through a factory, kind of like didn't Earthworm Jim? Did he go through a factory too?
Yes.
I remember Earthworm Jim, and Oddworld was the same way. It was called Abe's Oddworld, and like you could hit a character on the head, whatever character, goofy character was. It would always go, "Ow!" So now I do that whenever I get hit. And that game goes back to the '90s. So Abe's Oddworld had little cutscenes. They were really cool. They weren't too long. So, but yeah, I think sometimes cutscenes go a little too far, or like you say, they're unnecessary. Just go to the next level.
Yeah.
We don't. We don't need it.
I don't need it.
I don't need it. I just want to play the game.
Anyways, so get Homeworld 3. I give it an 8. I haven't tried everything. There's a couple more modes. Like I'm going through the story right now. I could have easily beat the story in like probably 8 or 9 hours, maybe 10. But I've taken my time and doing some other things, and I'm at about 20 hours. I'm probably on the last mission now. I'm honestly think I'm on the last mission now.
Like of the whole game.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Oh well, just play it
Oh,
again.
you want to exactly? I'll play it on harder difficulty. There's 2 other game modes that look really fun that I'm going to play.
I mean, just go buy
Anyways.
more.
Yep, exactly. What about your race weekend? How'd that go?
I went to the racetrack. It was the Grand Prix weekend, IndyCar Grand Prix, Sancio Grand Prix. Whatever. I don't even know what Sancio is. They sponsor a race car, and now they sponsor the Grand Prix, and it is signed on to be a sponsor of the race for a couple of years. So that's a good thing. They are a leading provider of vehicle protection and warranty programs, covering
Oh,
appearance, mechanical, tires, wheels. So that's what Sancio is. It's vehicle protection. So I went to the race, and the race itself wasn't that great, but you're at the racetrack, so it was a really good day. But I think there was way too much downtime, as my sunburn suggests. Um,
I was going to say you got toasted.
I got really toasted. It hurts like a bitch too. Let me tell you. Um, the Indy Lights race or Indy Next race was scheduled at 1:10, right, on Saturday. So they have lower divisions of races. They had them all day. The first race started at 7:55, and then they had racing all morning up until 1:10, and then they had the Indy Next race. So that gets over before 2 o'clock, right?
Uh-huh.
So the IndyCar race, the green flag doesn't drop till 3:45. So that's almost 2 hours of nothing on the racetrack.
Ew.
So I fell asleep, and that's what happened. So I got sunburnt on my knees really bad because
Look at this
I,
old man falling asleep.
dude, you know what is great about going to a race by yourself?
What?
Absolutely nothing. There is nothing good about it whatsoever.
Why not?
I because I fell asleep because I knew if I walked down to the midway, I would spend money, and I didn't want to spend money. You have nobody to talk to in that hour and 45 minutes of dead time on the racetrack.
Go talk to
Nor do you have
somebody. Go make a friend.
where does it this go make a friendship? Why do you people think that you do at a racetrack? You don't do that anywhere else. I don't go to the mall and
You
make a friend.
used
Why
you
would I make a
used to
friend at a racetrack?
when you were a little kid, you'd go make a friend.
Yeah, but
You go
now
to the
it's
playground
just
and go make a
now it's
friend.
called stalking and creeping people out.
Well, don't go into it being creepy. Go into it. Hey, so how about this shitty ass wait time?
So, but anyway, there's nothing good about it whatsoever. And like we could have, if somebody's there, you could have walked down to the midway, with somebody. At least you're hanging out with a person. You know what I mean? You're talking, you're doing something, you're interacting. So there is nothing good about going to the race by yourself whatsoever. Practice, that's another thing because I can wander around and because I take pictures, I can go where I want, right? So that one's no big deal because I'm not dragging somebody all over the racetrack. Maybe they just want to sit in one place, and I want to, take pictures from the infield. And I want to go to the outside of the racetrack, and then I want to go back in the garage area. So it's no big deal. I'll be doing that the next few days. But any other time to go to the race by yourself and just sit and no, it's not fun at all. It's just stupid. So, and that's my fault. I blame me.
Because you got old and fell asleep.
No, that's not why. Like I was burnt, but I didn't feel it on Saturday. I this
No,
realization came
that's how it always works. You don't feel it the day of. It's 2 or 3 days later.
like you go home. Like I went home, right? So I drove home, and I played the. I'm not going to stop and get gas until I get home, and I barely made it to the gas station, but I didn't make it. But like,
You're pushing your car into the stall.
yeah, basically. Um, but like instead of like the race got over at like 5:30, right? Like we could have went to a restaurant after the race and ate dinner. You know what I mean? Instead of just driving home, getting gas, and going through the Burger King, which the one on 31 is crap. The one on the south side, my burger was so dry, and they didn't put cheese on my Whopper that I requested. But it's just all around not a good idea. I'm not recommending going to the race by yourself. Um, so I really need to quit whining about it and just not go or find somebody. Put myself out there, which would require me to get dressed, shave, get a haircut. You know,
When
put
was
in
your last haircut?
over a year.
Oh my gosh.
It was like January of 2023.
You need a haircut. Last Kimberly saw a photo of you and she said you needed a haircut.
Everybody says I need a haircut. I don't. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't. This is the way I feel, Chris. And this is. It's maybe I feel I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. Like it doesn't matter because the results are still the same. Does that make sense?
But it'll make you feel better and not like you're a homeless homo. Did I say homo? I meant hobo. I got a haircut and I feel so much better
I do,
now.
but it doesn't make me. It's no different. I don't feel any different when I go get a haircut than if I just let it grow out and not and save the $30 or $20 or whatever it costs to get a haircut.
You're not gonna feel. You mentally, you'll feel better. You'll feel like you did something. You'll feel like you actually, look good. I look at myself in the mirror with my new haircut. I'm like, damn, who's that guy?
Yeah, I don't. I see the same person regardless. It
But then I
doesn't.
also look in the mirror and it's like, who's that fat slob in the mirror?
I see that the haircut or not, Chris. I see that every day. It doesn't matter. That thought never changes. So I, I'm I I it doesn't matter because the results are still the same. If I go get a haircut, if I dress somewhat decent, it doesn't matter because one,
What
I'm
is
not going to
it?
go anywhere. Two, I'm not going to talk to anybody, and three, I don't care anymore. So it just doesn't matter anymore. I'm kind of happy in my. I'm not happy, but I'm not miserable. But I know that there's I know that there's an issue there. I should be go get a haircut and shaving and at least give a shit a little. You know what I mean?
You know what? As Dion said, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play well. If you play well, you get paid well.
Yeah, that ain't true.
It's not because I felt like I was doing a really good job, and then I got my one-on-one, and my average QA was under 80 because I don't pay attention to my QA scores when they come in.
Oh snap!
Not under 80, under 90.
Under 90.
Um, and then I did that with my supervisor, and then the manager above the supervisor was like, came in. It's like I had such big plans. I was gonna, put you up for promotion. I was like, yeah, sure you were.
Really? They told you that?
Yeah, I was like, I would have preferred you not tell me that I was be up for promotion in July because now I feel horrible and don't want to be here.
Right. It totally just kills your whole. It kills. It's like the. It's like the. I got turned down for press credentials, right? Now
Yeah,
I don't even care if I cover the race anymore. That's the
but
way I
that's how
feel.
I am. And I was like, and we went over a couple of my last QAs, and it was like, and I said this to my supervisor. I was like, that's all ticky tack. It was like,
I agree.
it was like, and I know we talk about this all the stinking time when we're chatting back and forth, but it was like, I don't say like the correct greeting. It's like instead of saying, "Of course, I'll be happy to help you with that," I just say, "Yeah, let me pull up your chart. Let me see what I can do for you."
Yeah,
I don't see what
exactly.
the difference is.
There is none.
And then it's like, granted, I know. there's some things I got kind of slacking on because I didn't care anymore. Like I didn't care about saying thank you for calling Ascension or thank you for choosing Ascension.
I miss that. I miss that more often than I don't. And it's not that I don't care. It's sometimes it just don't happen. You know.
I get so tired of this outro that I don't want to say it
Yeah,
sometimes.
because there's so much to it. It's so much. It's just
Yeah,
word. I call it word vomit. And that's exactly
yeah.
what it is. I
And
don't know
then
how
I
many
got in
times I
trouble.
felt like I was wasting people's time, and they're like, uh huh, uh huh, uh huh,
Yeah,
today. I heard that so many times today.
and they don't care.
No, they don't.
Some of them are like, "Oh, that's nice. Okay, bye."
Hmm.
That's all you're gonna get. Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you. Okay, bye. Um, but then another one I got in trouble for, and I granted I probably could have done it better, but it was somebody called in with um a car accident, and I before they told me they were starting to go into like, oh, this hurts and I need the referral for this. I stopped them. I was like, let me stop you there. I'm sorry to stop you, but your primary care won't see you for car accidents. You have to go to urgent care. I didn't want them to go through a 15 minutes of what's wrong with them to me still have to tell them, "Oh, sorry, but your primary care can't see you."
I got in trouble because somebody stepped in a hole and I didn't show empathy.
I got in trouble for not showing enough empathy either, or not,
It's
but
like, give me a freaking break.
I
Uh, it's so
I
petty.
noticed it today because I had to force it. The guy was like, oh, "I'm not feeling good. I got a sore throat, a cough, and this that." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get you scheduled."
Yeah,
It felt forced. It felt like
it
I didn't care,
it does. It's
and
that's what it's forced. It's very
it's not
forced.
that
You're
I
right.
don't care. It's that when I have to say it, I'm forced.
Yes. And dudes don't want to hear that. Oh well, you get
No,
better, sir. I hope you feel better. They don't want
the
to hear that.
the old grandmas are the only ones that care.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Everybody else just wants to get in, get scheduled, get out. That's it.
But I don't know. I was worried. I wasn't worried, but like my last time came through, like last year, your time on the phone and off the statistic, right? You're supposed to be about
Yeah,
90.
it's coming through here soon. All right.
And I was at 89% last week, right? Which I had a bunch of internet, not last week, the week before. I had a bunch of internet issues. Remember, I was complaining about how much my internet was
Yeah.
going on. So I was at 89%. So this last week, I was at almost 93%. So obviously, it was an anomaly. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, and it's like we tell them when we're having tech issues, so it's not like they
Yeah, but
don't know.
when you're having internet issues off and on all day long, how many times can you say having internet issues? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get back on the phone. That's all I care about. I'm not about like today my computer froze up and shut down. I told them about that, but other than that, I just it's so frustrating. And I told you I had that doctor's appointment today, and I
Yeah.
know, which I should have went, but damn it, I'm tired, and I've been doing. I'm out of school. I passed my first two classes. I got a B, high B, and a high C in my classes, so I'm happy about that. So this is like the first Monday I haven't, because yesterday I had to do my presentation, which was, um, and that was just to finish it up, and I passed it. I got an A on it. I had to do a PowerPoint and then make notes. Like I put in the notes what I would say if I was presenting the PowerPoint.
Hmm.
So I did that. So like this is the first day I didn't have to do anything, and
That's a good feeling.
I just didn't want to go anywhere. And I know the guy's gonna ask me questions, and then going to put me on antidepressants. But let me tell you, if I have one doctor tell me I need to go on antidepressants or on anxiety medication, I'm gonna tell them I said, unless those pills are going to give me a job I love, a half of double my salary, and have a girl knock on my door or meet my next future wife, then I don't want to. I don't see any point in taking it whatsoever because they won't do that.
That's a great way to put it. I might have to say that to next time they try to bring that.
Because those none of that stuff is going to help. That's my problem. That's all of my problems summed up right there: loneliness, better job, and more pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So
there's nothing a pill is going to help with that.
no, pills not going to help with that. Will it help you cope with it? No, it won't. it turns you into a zombie. And I don't want to be a zombie. So if you could create this stuff, if this pill can create any of this stuff, I'll be
If
more than
that
happy.
job can get me a six-figure salary job, I'll be, I'll gladly take it.
Exactly right. That's exactly the way I feel. So, but so I put it off, and the first available is like October 21st.
And what'd you say? Oh, yeah, that's fine.
No, I messaged Shelly and I'm like, can you reschedule my appointment? I checked the schedule ahead of time. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
can you
Shelly do
reschedule?
it?
Yeah, I asked Shelly if she could do it for me.
I'm surprised you didn't get in trouble. I'm surprised she can do that. I'm surprised you don't have to call in.
No, she can do it. I just can't change it myself.
Oh, well, maybe I should message you and have you do it for me.
You do.
No, like straight up schedule me a sick appointment.
You do.
No, I don't. All I've ever had you do is, add a note or tell me the date and time.
Or cancel.
I don't think I've ever had you cancel.
You've had me cancel. Yes, you have. Anyway, Shelly like message. Can you make? She'll be like, can you make an appointment for Hope? Can you make an appointment for Josie? So, or can you make me an appointment? So that's how I know I can do it because she's had me schedule appointments for her. So I just asked her, hey, can you reschedule my appointment? And there's an opening in October 21st at 5:15. So that's what I'm doing October 21st.
I got to complain about, so I can't really in words put it, in text message how bad or how annoying this um testing for the new dash is. Oh my gosh, it's annoying. So there's
I've taken those things before.
What do you mean?
That testing, I've taken it. I've done that twice, especially the guy with the gun in the hospital.
No. The dash, the update to dash. I'm in the testing team
Oh, yeah.
for
What's the matter? That's because you're
So
important.
right now, the big thing right now, there's a glitch. When you go to schedule, it doesn't let you unclick telehealth. Like it only offers you telehealth, and you have to go back through and redo it all, like re-put in everything, refresh dash, which is annoying.
What you can only do? You can't put in office visit.
Nope, it'll only let you put in telehealth, and you have to restart the system after that.
Did
Restart
you
your
complain about
dash.
that?
Yes, I did. Everybody else has. It's legitimately mostly the only thing that people have put in for today. The other thing I've been putting, I didn't, so they didn't tell us what they wanted us to, put in the notes on what's wrong. So I kind of took that as, I'll put a little bit of everything in, whatever is an issue, I'll put it in there. So the first thing I put in there is, you know how in Dash, if you just click the drop down menu, the entire thing will drop down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this, you have to click the arrow, and the arrow is really small. But you had to click the arrow for the drop down. And I said that because I didn't know if that was a design issue um, or that's what they wanted. So I put that in there, and the guy sends me a message saying, "What do you mean by this?" I'm like, "Well, in the other dash and in every other system we have, if you just click the bar, the entire drop down menu comes up." And he's like, "Oh, that's not that's a design issue. That's a design, not not this." I'm like, "Okay, but that's an issue." Because every other system we have does it. Um, and then the next one was they gave us a loading bar for when stuff is searching, so you can tell about how much longer you have. Well, it went from everything I'd search, even now, goes from 0% to done. There's no 50, 20%, 50%, 89%. It's 0 to being done. And I put that in there. He's like, "Oh, that's a design issue. Not, I'll let them know. Not what we're looking for." I'm like, then why are we testing this? What do you want us to look for? Those are issues in your system, and if you don't want me to give you these issues, you got to let us. What am I testing for then? Am I only testing for scheduling issues? Like, I don't get it. The new dash, I hate it. I like some things, but I don't. I hate it. It is significantly slower than what we have now.
It
And
is
another issue I've been having is After you select like the office and the doctor, it'll give you provider preferences before you search.
Mhm.
It doesn't pop that menu sometimes, so it just sits there, and you have to restart Dash.
What a nightmare.
So I got so pissed off with it by lunchtime, I quit using it. I had to switch back to the original.
Yeah, I would. But anyway, back to.
Sorry, I had to vent about them. What do you want us to test? If you don't want to hear the issues, what are we here for then? And I feel like that's a big problem with our job is it's just a big ass echo chamber in a lot of ways.
Oh, sure is.
Well, that's anything anymore. Anyways, back to your originally scheduled entertainment.
Yes. Originally scheduled entertainment.
So you watched something.
I watched Abigail. Abigail is fun. Abigail is good. It is on my new list of horror movies that I will watch at Halloween time.
Which one's Abigail?
Abigail is a group of kidnappers kidnap the ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure. They retreat into an isolated mansion, unaware they're locked inside with a normal little girl because she's a vampire. It has Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens. Most of these guys are character actors. Catherine Newton. Um, she's been in a lot of stuff. Kevin Durant has been in stuff. Angus Cloud, which he was in Euphoria. He's dead though. He was only 25 years old. He passed away last year, drug overdose. And Giancarlo Esposito is in it. And Abigail, she's this cute little darling little girl that does ballet, and they kidnap her for ransom money, right? And she's a vampire, and she's mouthy when she's a vampire. She swears like a sailor. Um, she's adorable. Abigail's played by Alicia Weir. She played um, Matilda in the new Matilda movie, the musical
Mm-hmm.
on Netflix. She was Matilda. So she's this cute little girl, and she cusses and she bites people's heads off and rips their heads off. And but there is comedy to it. It's not just all serious, scary. I didn't find it scary at all, but it is fun. It's violent, fun, and funny. And I will go as far as to say is that Alicia Weir is a better actress than Millie Bobby Brown.
Can I say something that will ruffle a few feathers?
But
I think Millie Bobby Brown is overrated.
she's very overrated. She doesn't. She's. I mean, and some actresses do it. They play it safe, right?
Yeah.
And she plays it very safe. She went from Stranger Things. She played what's that? Enola Holmes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in those Godzilla movies, right? Alicia Weir goes from Matilda singing and dancing and you worried about getting sent to Choky, and then next thing you know, she's a vampire ripping people's heads off and uh, saying the F word, and she's more. But she always, I've seen in interviews, she's like, I've always wanted to be in a horror movie. She's not afraid to try things, even at her young age. She's like 13, 14 years old. She's not afraid to change things up. She's not worried about, what? She's doing stuff she wants to do at this point. You know, she's not worried about the rep. You go from Matilda to a horror movie to a vampire. That's a pretty big jump, character wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She could still play the cute little girl instead of a menacing killer.
Well,
But
my thing with Millie Bobby Brown, not to turn this into a hate fest, but my thing with Millie Bobby Brown is she is the same type of actress as Zendaya. She has one face. I don't feel like her or Zendaya can really show emotion.
I don't know. Did you ever watch Euphoria?
No, that's like the only thing of Zendaya I haven't seen. But all I've seen, Spider Man and Dune. She has one acting style,
Right.
and it carries over between all of her stuff.
I mean, there's nothing against. I don't have anything against the actress. I don't have anything
Oh,
against Millie Bobby
yeah,
Brown. I
no,
enjoy her in Stranger Things, but I think Alicia Weir puts. She just wants to have fun and do cool stuff, and
yeah,
she's not afraid to put herself out there in different projects. And I think that makes you more well-rounded as an actress. For a kid, And she talked about how much I've seen the interviews. She talked about how much fun she had playing it, and the blood. She calls it blood because she's like Irish or British or whatever. And she talks about how sweet it was. It was like a red, like sweet tasting like syrup was the blood. But she's ruthless in this movie, and but I highly recommend it if you're into. It's kind of like Trick or Treat and that kind of violent fun kind of
yeah.
thing. It's not scary. It's just a fun watch. Um, but I'm kind of anxious to see. She's going to be a good actress. I think she's going to be able to pick and choose what she wants as her career grows as she gets older. And she's, I think, like I said, she thinks she's better. She's better than Millie Bobby Brown. I think she's more rounded, and uh, she's. I mean, that's her performance is really good as a vampire. Which I mean, that's a dark turn, from musical to you know darkness, murder, kill for the pleasure of eating people.
Yummy, yum, yum.
Yeah, but dude, this movie, it's really really good. I wish I'd have went to see it at the theaters, honestly, because I did it. I saw it at home, and I almost went to the theater, and I didn't.
You should have.
I should have. I really should have. It is a fun. I really enjoyed. Like I said, it's May. 5 months, I'll watch it again. You know.
Mhm.
Let's see how it did at the box office. It's well, so some of the reviews on IMDb is it's no ready or not, but still a bloody good time. A few more like this, and I'll have to shut up. Don't come closer, Tiny Dancer. A bloody babysitting nightmare. I mean, everybody talks about how well balanced the film was, how great the film was. I don't think the trailer did it justice. It just didn't seem, it just seemed like one of those that you could kind of, it's hit like you could take or leave kind of movie. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not like that at all. Um, it is. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? They filmed it in Ireland. Um, Hang on, I lost all my information. One of the quotes of the movie is like, "What can I say? I like playing with my food," because she just toys with the people. Budget was 28 mil. It grossed opening weekend U.S. and Canada grossed 10. Gross worldwide was 37.5. So it made its money back. 28 million is not a lot,
No,
but
but that's a good amount.
it is a good amount. But it's not like they filmed like most of the filming. Like there's a film outside one house and film outside another house, and in a theater, and the rest of it is filmed in the house where they have her kidnapped
Hmm.
for ransom. And it's just the same 5, 6 people. Like there's only like 7 people in the whole movie. It's not. It doesn't have a lot of. It doesn't have a lot of characters, which adds to it as well. So check it out, Annabelle, Abigail, not Annabelle. Can we talk? I think the Fall Guy got. I think it tanked, didn't it?
I don't know. I feel bad because I wanted to see the movie, but at the same time, I was not interested enough to go see the movie.
I don't want to see it. It's based off of my favorite TV show, and
What's your favorite TV show?
the Fall Guy. The Fall Guy was a TV show. It had Lee Majors in it. The
Oh,
$6 million man.
I didn't know that it was the actual TV show.
Yeah, it was a TV show, and he was a stuntman slash bounty hunter. Right?
Isn't that what this one's about?
He's a stunt man who must find the missing star of his ex-girlfriend's blockbuster film. So it's kind of like that, but it's not like that.
It's his origin story, Chris. Come on now.
No, it's not because her
It's
name is
his.
Jody.
It's like the origin story of the A Team. They got to start somewhere.
No, see, his girlfriend, who's Emily Blunt, was played. Her name was Jody Banks, right, in the TV show, and in this one, it's Jody Moreno. So just stop. No, but he was a stuntman, right? And he used to, and it was great because he must have had some kind of creative. Lee Majors was the fall guy. He was Colt Seaver, and he must have had some like creative input with it because like he had all his like acting buddies in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like James Colburn was in an episode. This is TV. James Colburn was in an episode. He had all these guys from the westerns, the TV shows back in the 50s and 60s. You know, like he was in a TV show called The Big Valley. He had his co-stars from in it. He had people from other western TV shows in it. So it was a good show. He was a bounty hunter. Had this awesome pickup truck, and he would chase after people who jump bail. But the movie, let's see here, is got it's got a 7.3 on IMDb rating, but I don't think it's doing very good. Let's see here. No, it is not actually. It's bombing. Its budget was 130 mil, right? It only made 27 million its opening weekend in North America, and its gross worldwide, as of now, 1 week out, is 103. So, no, it's just no. My name is no. My sign is no.
I'll watch it when it goes to streaming.
The movie is no. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. That's when I'll probably watch it when I don't affect money or ratings or anything like that. So yay, the Fall Guy tanked. You just leave good shit alone. It doesn't messed up Roadhouse that you haven't watched yet, even though it was your manly homework, Chris. And now they messed up the Fall Guy. So
Well, you know what? I saw all I needed in Roadhouse with the memes of McGregor. All he does is walk around and goes, "What's going on here?"
that's that shitty movie. I'm talking about the original with Patrick Swayze. You can't beat the Swayze. Swayze's best movie ever.
No,
Yeah.
that's not Swayze's best
No, it
picture
is
ever.
Swayze's best movie ever.
Give me one moment.
It gives it's this is the Swayze top five probably, or at least top four. It's Roadhouse,
Red
Point
Dawn,
Break,
Point Break.
Point Break, Red Dawn, The Outsiders, and let's see here, what else? I know there's another one in there. It ain't Dirty Dancing or freaking Ghost either. Those things are good.
Why do I always think Patrick Swayze's dead?
He is dead. He
When did
died
he
in
die?
2009.
Then why does he have movies credited to him in like 2020?
I don't know because they probably go back to him.
Huh.
Uh, let's see here.
The Comeback Kid?
I'm looking to see what he was in.
Youngblood.
Youngblood wasn't bad, actually. Black Dog wasn't very good. Tall Tale, no. Yeah, Next to Kin was okay. Oh, North and South, that was good. He was Ori Main. Those were good. They were Civil War miniseries. Yeah, top
What's
four.
Steel Dawn?
You can
I've
have.
never heard of Steel Dawn.
You could put in the fifth one out whenever you want, but it's Roadhouse, Point Break, um, Red Dawn, and then The Outsiders.
What is
And
it called? Three Ways of Swayze or something, where like any actor's got like at least three connections to Swayze or something like
no,
that.
it's 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, that's right.
I could use to play that game. I could get anybody to Kevin Bacon.
We did it once on the podcast.
Yeah, I can get pretty much anybody to Kevin Bacon. But yeah, you got it. Roadhouse, Point Break, and those could be interchangeable. I just love Roadhouse for its cheesiness. Plus, the music in there with Jeff Healey is just the cheesy lines. It's cheesier than Point Break. It's just 80s, full 80s cheese at its greatest. Think cheesy lines like Predator. They had cheesy
Get to the
lines.
chopper.
Yeah, no, like I ain't got time to bleed, and all those cheesy Schwarzenegger lines and other stuff.
It wouldn't be a Schwarzenegger movie if there wasn't cheesy lines.
That's right. So
Even today, they force them.
So you got to see it. Roadhouse, greatest Patrick Swayze movie ever. Point Break is number 2. I love Point Break. Point Break's like The Godfather. When it's on TV, it's the rule. You just have to sit and watch it, whatever part it's in. It doesn't really matter. So, but yeah, totally. You got to see it. It's fun. Watch it with your wife. It has his butts in it. Impressive.
There's some butts in it.
It's his butt. His butt is in spoiler alert. Patrick Swayze shows his butt in Roadhouse.
And that would be more for me than for her. Come
I
on
mean,
now.
hey, you got to. I'm just saying, dude's ripped. He really is. He's rocking. So, just saying. Oh, and Iron Claw is on HBO Max. You should watch it. It's really good.
I saw that. I was looking for something to watch this today, and I saw it on there. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Not only does it have Zac Efron in it, it has shirtless Zac Efron in it, Chris.
Shirtless Zac Efron.
Shirtless Zac Efron. He's
Oh,
really good in it,
my.
honestly. He's really good in the movie. I'm just gonna say. So check it out. It's good. I saw it at the movies and I loved it. It's a good movie. But yeah, watch Roadhouse. Is it still on HBO? I'm gonna search on my app right now. And if it's gone, I'm gonna be mad, Chris, because you didn't watch it.
It's on Amazon.
It's on HBO as well.
I saw it on Amazon.
It is not on HBO anymore, Chris. You're in trouble.
Oh, what a shame. Whatever shall I do? Oh, no.
But Red Dawn is on there.
Both of them are on there.
So is Road
Honestly,
Trip.
is it bad that is it bad that I like the second new Red Dawn?
No, it's all right. I just prefer the
If
original.
it was named something different, it would have been a good movie.
Right.
If they didn't, so I've said this like probably 5 times on the podcast, but it was a last minute thing to change the invaders from China to North Korea, because they were trying to get in the Chinese market, but they were not allowed to release the movie in China still.
You know what else is on there that's really good that's on HBO?
What?
Lawless.
Never seen it.
Ooh, Gangs of New York is on too.
I'm
That's
gonna
like
mute
a
myself
double
really
shot.
quick. I am in the bathroom.
Gangs of New York. Have you seen Gangs of New York? You've seen Gangs of New York, right?
No.
You've never seen Gangs of New York? Are you kidding me? It's right up your alley. Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I've just never seen it. It's one of those movies where it came out like before I was old, before my parents would let me watch like rated R movies.
It came out in 2002.
Yeah, I was
I saw that opening.
10.
I saw that opening weekend. I think
I
it was
was
on New
10.
Year's Eve. You got to watch it. It's really good.
You got to remember, Chris, you're significantly older than
I know,
us.
right? You got to see it. It's a long movie. It's 2 hours and 56 minutes, or 2 hours and 47 minutes, but it is a great movie. It's about the 5 Points gangs of New York City.
I know it's. I've seen. It's one of those movies that I've seen on TV, but like it's so long when it's on TV that I fall asleep or
Yeah, well,
something.
if you watch it on HBO, it's not so bad because you don't have commercials and it's not 6 hours
Yeah,
long. But Lawless has Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf in it.
I think I've seen Lawless.
They're and they're bootleggers.
Yes, I love Lawless. That's such a good
That's a
movie.
good movie. It's
It wasn't
based on
that
a true story.
wasn't that like what's his name? One of his first movie. Not Shia LaBeouf, but the other guy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, wasn't that one of his movies?
I think
First
so.
movies?
When did it come out? It came out in 2012.
I don't know if it was like one of his first movies, but it was definitely one of the movies that kind of got his career
Yeah,
going.
Jessica Chastain's in it too. She's really good at it. That movie is based on a true story. That's really good. But Gangs of New York, there's like all kinds of good gang movies on HBO. Yeah, Gangs of New York, Lawless, American Gangster. You know, you just got to watch some of this stuff. I need to watch Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Jersey Boys is on there. You ever seen it?
Yes, I love Jersey Boys.
That's
I'm
a
trying to get Kimberly to watch it because I know she'd like it.
It's so good. Oh my God, it's about the 4 seasons. Boy, he was a genius, right? When he was talking about doing publishing rights for music, and
Yeah.
like like the guys in the band didn't want to do it. Boy, you talk about losing all kinds of money. Publishing where it's there, it's at. Inception's on there. That's overrated. I was not a big Inception guy. Revenant is on there. That's a good movie, but I don't think it's Leo's best. I think The Departed was Leo's best, honestly.
No, I think the Leo's best movie was Django.
Oh, Django. He was really good in Django too.
And he wasn't even the main character. He was
Right.
just a nice little addition.
Well, the best part of the movie has nothing to do with the movie.
Nope.
It's the the scene with the the scene with the masks.
Eh.
Ah, we can't see shit.
If I
My
was
wife
to
worked all day.
I think my favorite, like my top five, no particular order right now. I'd have to like sit down and think about it. But my top five for Leo would be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Wolf of
Oh
Wall
yeah,
Street,
so good in that.
um, The Aviator, maybe
Aviator was really good.
yeah, Aviator, and then Django. Those are probably my top ones for him.
Really, see, I really liked. I did like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Django. Aviator, he was really good, but I do like.
Inception, he was really good.
Yeah, but I really liked him in The Departed. That's a great movie. That's a great ensemble cast movie because it's got Nicholson in it,
Yeah.
Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen. That's a good movie. But yeah, he was really good in. Actually, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, him and Brad Pitt both were really, really good. And speaking of Brad Pitt, he's got a Formula One movie coming out. It's budgeted right now at $300 million.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to make its money back. I don't see that movie's ever going to make money ever, ever. How do you get back $300 million? I mean, you might worldwide. There's Formula One. These noobs all over the world
I
that
forgot
think
about
it's.
Blood Diamond. So I'm kind
Oh,
of going
Blood
through his
Diamond is good.
I'm going through his movies right now. The
That other guy's in it too. That what is his name? Jarman Hinsu or whatever his name.
one second.
He's the black guy in Blood Diamond.
I can't think of his name. You were right. However you say that name.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of stuff now.
he
He's like a
is.
big guy in the Zack Snyder Rebel Moon movies, which I can't bring myself to watch.
He was in. He was in that dumb racing movie that I just watched.
Gran
He
Turismo.
Yes, but I think his first was Amistad. He was in Amistad, which is a good movie too. I saw the. I saw where they filmed Amistad. They filmed it in Mystic, Connecticut. Oh yeah, he was Shazam. He was the wizard in Shazam, and he was in
Yep.
Aquaman.
He was in Stargate.
Captain Marvel.
He was in the original Stargate. He played Horus.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that he does go back that far. So yeah, Blood Diamond was 2006. He was in Constantine.
His first credited thing on IMDb is Tina Turner's music video, I Don't Want to Lose You.
Really?
His first credited thing.
He was doorman in Beverly Hills 90210.
I was going to say, Janet Jackson, he was in a music video, Lose Will Never Do Without You.
Yeah, he was in Beverly Hills 90210.
He was in ER. He was in Gladiator. He was Juba.
I mean, you got to start somewhere, obviously. His breakout role was Amistad, though.
What's Amistad again?
Amistad was a boat with some slaves on it. It's based on a true story.
I would say his breakout role was Gladiator.
No. Because I didn't know of him until Amistad.
Yeah, but that's when he got his name going, was then.
No, I'd never heard of him until Amistad. Amistad came out.
He was in Heroes.
Didn't it?
What?
Yeah, Gladiator came out in 2000. Amistad came out in 97.
Why am I not seeing it?
He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, there's Amistad. Okay.
Amistad was a boat. It carried slaves. In 1839, the revolt of Mendi captives aboard a Spanish-owned ship causes a major controversy in the U.S. when the ship is captured off the coast of Long Island. The court must decide whether the Mendi are slaves or legally free. It's a true story. It's got Hannibal Lecter is in it, I think, and Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins, Morgan Freeman. It's really a good movie, honestly. I recommend. Chiwetel Ejiofor was in that too. Chiwetel Ejiofor, right? You hear that?
No idea who that is.
He was Solomon Northrop in 12 Years a Slave.
Never saw it.
You've never seen 12 Years? You call yourself a history major and you haven't even seen 12 Years a Slave?
Nope.
Oh my God, you've got to see that movie. It's so freaking good. It's on Prime. Well, it says Prime Video, rent, buy from $3.79. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Oh my God. That's based on a true story too. He gets caught. He's a free man in upstate New York. He gets abducted, sold into slavery. That's a hard watch because they don't hold back. It's as real as it can get. Let's put it that way. Yeah, 12 Years a Slave is really, really good too. Dude, you need to brush up on your history movies. Amistad, 12 Years a Slave.
I watch the ones that I need to watch.
Whatever, dude.
You need to brush up on your things too.
Like what?
Anything and everything sci-fi. We didn't even get to the Stargate that I wanted to talk about, but anyways,
sorry.
It's okay. We're at time anyways. So, anyways, you can catch us. Thank you for listening. You can catch us at Hoosier Nerds on Facebook, Pod Nerds on Twitter. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube or your favorite podcasting sites.
Speaking of which, we were on YouTube last week.
Really, it went up. It said it was published.
I didn't see it when I did everything. Let's see if it's here. No, 12 days ago was the last one.
I never saw it go up either. That's odd.
Anyway, but we will be on. We'll be on there again.
Just Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, and Amazon.
There you go.
And if you don't know,
we're nerds.
Yep. The brother.